Lauderdale Country Club. Since 1926, prime example of a member-owned equity country club. 2, named designer golf courses, a spectacular clubhouse, and all of the amenities that any member would want. On this special episode of The Traveling Golfer, we're going to take you on a very special trip inside the gates of this great club.
One moment changes everything. Distance, precision, decided in a microsecond. So reduce your ball spin and get the most performance at impact with 4 yards more. A next-gen golf tee proven by pros and players like you. The unique durable design flexes at contact, reducing ball spin, giving you tighter control and more distance. So change your game and get 4 yards more. Brought to you by Greenkeepers. Golf smart.
The time is now. Myrtle Beach golf has never looked better, and your best shot is yet to come. Embrace every moment and escape to your course of choice.
It screams. It tracks. It's soft. It reacts. It is the Bridgestone Tour B with a game-changing reactive cover designed to spring faster off your driver and stick longer to your wedges. Try Bridgestone's Tour Bs, the Tour Ball reinvented.
Flight by Yingling is raising the bar by crafting the next generation of light beer. With only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Flight by Yingling. Raise the bar.
Ken Tate, head golf professional, Fort Lauderdale Country Club. Ken, I've been fortunate enough over the years to visit this magnificent property a number of times. I've never been more impressed than recently to see all that's being done to update the properties and make them a major part of the 21st century.
I'm very fortunate to work at such a beautiful place. We have 36 holes here, the north course and the south course, and recently we updated the north course with a full-blown renovation, redesigned it, and it's got brand new grass out there, the Tiff Eagle greens, as well as the Champions Bermuda grass on the fairways.
Renovation on the north course softened some of the greens, but with the slick Tiff Eagle grass, still plenty of thrills and chills.
Kip Schultes, the architect of the golf course, did a great job. You have to play strategic, and when you are out of position, you are penalized. It starts with number one. Number one is got a little longer. It's got some strategic bunkers that got repositioned, and it's got some pretty good undulation at number one. It's just a pretty hole to start with.
Nothing like wowing them right out of the gate.
Right out of the gate,
Yeah.
you know. And we added some more water features out there. So I never hit in them, but if a member does, you know, it makes it pretty out there.
Number 8 North, one of the best of the many really good par 3 holes at Fort Lauderdale Country Club. Even from the member tees, this plays pretty close to 170 yards, and it's always into the wind. You've got the lake, the capstone rock wall on the right. I'm aiming left side of the green. Anytime you've got a putt at a birdie on number 8, well, take it, because it's not often. I'll take it. Good par.
A lot of the greens, or I shouldn't say a lot, but a few of the greens have some fallout, so some false fronts. And if you're not on the right position on that green, you'll find yourself down in a collection area.
Miss the greens by a little bit on the north course, you pay the price. Now you have to make a decision. Try and hit a flop shot out of a downhill lie, or maybe bump it into the hill, have it check up on the green. Not easy. Chip with a hybrid, but it's going to have to put the brakes on up at the top pretty quickly. I'm going to putt it. That flop shot out of the downhill lie, my nerves. I might be better than I thought.
We run a lot of member events, member guests, members, lady members, mixed members, club championships. Fun fact, our club champion, Mateo Desmond, he's 14 years old. 14, our youngest ever club champion this year. Yeah, youth golf is where it's at. Mateo, obviously I mentioned he's our club champion, but Jude, he's just 2 years behind him, and head to head, I don't think they give each other any shots, so I'm watching out for Jude as well.
And that's his brother?
And that's his brother.
The future is bright at Fort Lauderdale Country Club because of the management, staff, and members all working together for the greater good of the game of golf. Michael Cofer, General Manager, Fort Lauderdale Country Club, and head of the biggest party in Fort Lauderdale. This place is just such an engaged membership.
I agree.
I credit you for that.
Well, thank you. It was engaged before I arrived. I started in December of 2021. This amazing team that I've joined, they are all about hospitality. So I can't say enough about what I came into. A golf-centric place, 2 amazing golf courses. They're totally different golf courses. They both bring different nuances to the game. They both challenge the high handicapper and the low handicapper. I think we're going to do about 45,000 rounds this year. So golf-centric is this club for sure. Every day when you line up for a golf round, the members really don't, they'll take the south course or the north course. It's not like a preference to a course. So totally different golfing. And our membership is growing. The whole, of course, Fort Lauderdale is. It seems like everyone's trying to move to South Florida. And we're no exception. I think we are, well, I know we're the oldest course in Broward County, but we are close to being on a wait list. We are still taking applications and membership growing, but there's going to come a time where that stops. The membership wants to keep these 2 courses to where you can get on them at any time and play. So right now at about 540 members, I could see us capping at close to 600. And then, like I said, we're doing over 45,000 rounds this year.
That enormous clubhouse serves you well for the social side of this membership, whether it's a la carte dining, patio, the grill room that's so active. It's a good way to put it. And even some of the special events. I was actually here for a wine tasting from World Golf Hall of Famer Jan Stevenson when she brought her wines here. That was so well received by the membership and so much fun. So these things are all part of the history of Fort Lauderdale Country Club.
That's true. That's true. We try to do a wine dinner every quarter, but we're doing wine tastings just about every month. Recently, we did a oyster roast for a Masters tournament that we hold here at the club. It was fantastic. Over 200 members came, and it was outside and inside. It was just another one of our fantastic events.
That is so much fun to hear about. As a very private club, We don't always get the chance to look inside the gates, but thank you to Fort Lauderdale Country Club for this special look. And believe me, this is a place that when you come, you'll never forget it, and you'll never forget the good times you have on this property. Rob Lenke, Director of Instruction at Fort Lauderdale Country Club. One of the busiest teaching pros I've ever seen. Rob, I've never been here that I didn't see your range busy and your teaching area busy. These members want to learn.
It's a very active club, and everybody wants to play a little better.
Yeah, I do too. It doesn't work. But at any rate, maybe wishing is not the proper way. A few more lessons would probably help.
A little bit of lessons, a little bit of practice.
Rob, I see a mix of people also on the range. A lot of women, and as well as the men, and also taking lessons. Is that true?
A very equal number, men and women, taking lessons. Yes, the active membership here is a very large number of women, a very large WGA here, and just as many women taking lessons as men.
And that WGA, I know, has their day.
Yes, every Tuesday.
Okay, and that's when
they get together. They got about somewhere, in season, somewhere between 80 to 100 ladies come out and play every Tuesday morning.
Wow, that's amazing. That's good to see, because that's the segment of the game that's still the fastest growing.
Mm-hmm.
And let's face it, we have to grow the game of golf.
That's it. That's what we're here for.
All right. So you have a nice area here. You've got a covered area for your lessons, and you wind up giving them all year long.
Yes, 12 months a year.
Wow. Busy guy, Rob Lenke, Director of Instruction at Fort Lauderdale Country Club. Come by. Just watch his manner when he gives his lessons. He's relaxed, but more importantly, he makes his students feel relaxed. That's the way to learn.
That's it.
Hi, I'm Matt Neely, Vice President of Product Development at Tour Edge Golf. With the 722 lineup and every new product launch, we're given the incredible opportunity to build upon our past successes and failures to create new and exciting products to bring to the marketplace. With that opportunity comes a lot of pressure to create product that is actually better than the ones that came before it. That process involves the creation and iteration of multiple product lines, iterating and improving until we have a product that fits all of our criteria. The final output requires a lot of boxes to be checked before we consider our job done. When looks, feel, and performance all match up with our expectations, there's no better feeling in the world. It's not all sunshine and roses though. Along the way, we end up with a lot of failed prototypes. A lot of great ideas on paper that really end up being complete failures in practice. If I could walk you through our R&D library, you'd see a lot of things that would make you turn your head or perhaps even walk away from golf altogether. But with every failed prototype comes some great learning about what to do and what not to do. And if we aren't failing, then we aren't pushing the envelope far enough. With 722, you'll get the chance to see some of these successes. A well-rounded product lineup capable of fitting a wider array of golfers that is, in my opinion, our best product launch ever. But just know that somewhere at Tour Edge headquarters, there's a box full of failures.
Are you an E or a C?
Both have Ridgeback. These are loaded with tech.
Which one are you gaming? Definitely E for me.
It's just so forgiving.
I'm definitely an E. C is for Cheka. What else?
C is for kill it.
C is me. Low spinning bombs.
So, are you an E or a C?
I don't know. Hey, wait a minute.
Pound for pound, nothing comes close.
Tradition at its best. Golf lives right here in Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. Home to the most historic, top-ranked clubs in the country. More than 50 courses and over 300,000 yards of green. With nearly 80 nearby hotels, incredible attractions, and dining options. It's clear Montgomery County isn't just a place to play golf. It's a destination. Stay and play in Montgomery County. Book your tee time now at montcogolf.com.
It screams. It tracks. It's soft. It reacts. It is the Bridgestone Tour B with a game-changing reactive cover designed to spring faster off your driver and stick longer to your wedges. Try Bridgestone's Tour Bs, the Tour Ball reinvented.
One moment changes everything. Distance, precision, decided in a microsecond. So reduce your ball spin and get the most performance at impact with 4 yards more. A next-gen golf tee proven by pros and players like you. The unique durable design flexes at contact, reducing ball spin, giving you tighter control and more distance. So change your game and get 4 yards more. Brought to you by Greenkeepers. Golf smart.
I've known Tommy Big Cat Williams long before he was ever president of Fort Lauderdale Country Club. And long before that, well, he was born in Fort Lauderdale, a native. You don't find that many of those people. This area is coursing through your blood from day one.
Yeah, I mean, I used to play here back in the day and said someday I'll be a member here, which is 20-something years ago.
We're standing on the South Course. You've been here in Fort Lauderdale a long time. This course was built by Joe Roseman, a golf professional from Philadelphia, in 1924. Were you there that long?
No,
Not
I wasn't
that long.
even born.
Okay, just checking on that.
Yeah.
But that history is really something. I mean, it then went on with renovations, and to have a historic golf course to go along with the more modern North Course is a great...
Correct, and that's one of the attributes or aspects we're doing with the South is we've already redid the North Course 2 years ago, and it is in impeccable shape and people love it. We would like to give you the South Course but not change the layout as much on the South Course as the North Course, so you have 2 different courses, which is great for everybody because it's challenging. You get 2 courses, same country club.
Yeah.
We do a lot of golf tournaments to help the community out. I mean, today we have Broward College golf tournament. We do Big Dogs, which is the Humane Society. And we also do the Marine Corps golf tournament here as well. I mean, you have to give back a little bit to your community, which we try and always emphasize.
Number 8's his favorite hole on the South Course for a lot of reasons. We already see that it's absolutely beautiful.
Right.
I didn't realize, though, that it had the Williams wall.
Well, about 5 years ago, it had a wooden bulkhead that was rotten out and it kept caving in. So we came up with this PVC sheet piling and put a concrete cap on top so we don't have to mess with this wall anymore. It's done. We're finished. It looks beautiful.
So after all this love for hole number 8, let's see if it's still your favorite hole.
Right on.
Hit away. Good shot. Wow, birdie putt. Yeah. Tough act to follow.
Oh, I think he got it. Oh, bunker.
Short. Secret to this, never beat the club president. You'll never come back. From a short par 3 over water, we come to number 9, a short par 5 over water. We like this for another reason.
Well, one of the reasons is if you hit a good drive from your tee box, you can actually go for it in 2, or you're going to have to lay up and then chip over, which should make your par 5.
All right, so we're talking about a risk-reward hole.
Correct.
Or in our cases, it's usually more like risk.
Right.
Number 11, the longest par 4 on the south course, and of course, it always plays into the wind. Number 14 south with beautiful par 5, a lake in the middle, an island in the middle of the lake, and it shows that administration here is very open to suggestion.
Correct. And yeah, there's our suggestion box, the white mailbox right there. In 20-something years I've been a member, I think we've gotten 2 suggestions out of that box. Good luck with that. This is where a lot of the club tournament shootouts are. And if you look at that backdrop, there's all kinds of golf carts with people in it watching the approach shots come onto the green, and it makes for a lot of fun in these tournaments.
Cheering your great shots.
Yeah.
The time is now. Myrtle Beach golf has never looked better, and your best shot is yet to come. Embrace every moment and escape to your course of choice.
At Yingling, we've been brewing great beer that brings people together for nearly 2 centuries. Wherever good times happen, Yingling Traditional Lager has been there and will be for the next round. Yingling, to good times ahead.
You don't have to go away to get away. Go and explore. Find the small businesses that make where you live a community. When you dine, choose homemade. On a free weekend, discover the great outdoors. And if it's brewed here, enjoy it with friends. Support small for an experience you won't find anywhere else. Make it local, make it Main Street, make it Modco.
We're with Raul Navarro, sous chef at Fort Lauderdale Country Club. When in Rome, do as the Fort Lauderdale people do. And that is make a Cuban sandwich. We're going to learn how to make a proper one. What are the ingredients, Raul?
Very simple ingredients to make a Cuban sandwich. We got ham, roasted pig, pickles, we got mustard, mayonnaise, and the bread.
The pickles are important. I don't want a pickle, just want to ride on my motorcycle. I got it, pickles. But the bread, when we did a Philly cheesesteak, the most important thing is the bread. Same thing with a Cuban?
Same thing here. This is the best bread you could buy in town from Cusanos since 1907. And it's one of the best breads that I always use.
Okie doke, let's go.
Let's do this.
Cuban sandwich coming up. Una cubano, por favor.
We're going to do mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise, we got it.
Both sides. Go ahead, mustard both sides.
Mustard both sides. I get to do this?
Yes, you do. Perfect.
All right.
Now, make sure it's nice and even. You have every single bite. Have the little mayonnaise and mustard. Now we're going to start with a little bit of ham. Lay it down. A roasted pork. Nice shape.
Beautiful.
Couple pickles. Slices of cheese.
Swiss cheese. Cuban sandwich, Swiss cheese.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Now we're going to run to the press.
This is an official Cuban sandwich press.
They call it plancha.
Plancha. Go.
Little butter.
Wow.
Put it down. The key is to put a little more butter on top. Make it nice and crispy. And we hold it down for about 2 minutes. Now the final touch is put it right in a plate and show all that nice caramelization.
And the final touch, some crispy onion rings, proper Cuban sandwich, courtesy of Raul Novato.
Bon appetit.
Well, looking up at the old clock on the wall, it's time to conclude this very special episode from Fort Lauderdale Country Club. Say thank you to the members and the staff that gave us this special look inside this private country club. A little different style for the traveling golfer, but a worthwhile look at what one of America's great private country clubs affords its members. We hope you enjoyed it, and we look forward to seeing you somewhere else along the golf trail.